Welcome back to Sports Card Connection. So we're going to follow up our last video on the big collection I bought from Japan of the rectangular Menko cards covering the years from the mid-50s, late 50s through the early 60s. And so let's take a look. We're taking a look at some of the highlights. Here they all are. This is how I keep them. So I have the name, the year, the team, the manufacturer, and the catalog number down there. And so we'll just look at some highlights. I got 236 unique cards, including some variations. So let's take a look. Here's an example where they would issue a black and white and a color version. This Junzo Ando, Flyers catcher, 1959. There we go. Okay, so, and here he is. Yamakatsu issued these two sets. There's the black and white. There's the colored version. And you can see the backs are the same. They even have the same number, same Menko number. But this is common. There's a lot of black and white and colored sets. Some have different pictures. Some are just repetitious like this. Moving on, we have Shoichi Busujima. The Flyers. This is an example of a color difference. Now you can see the one on the right is more washed out, light green, yellowy. The one on the left has more brown and red to it. And when we flip to the back, we see that there's a total difference. One's the brown, one's the blue version. So you do get color variations like this. Very common. Okay, we got one rookie card for 3,000 hit, 500 home run man, Isao Harimoto. Did not have that one. Again, that's the one with the bat on the left, glove upper left. That's made by Yamakatsu. Okay. American Stanley Hashimoto. Get to focus better. Hadn't seen this one before. Again, it's the Yamakatsu glove series. Apparently just doesn't particularly want to focus. There it goes. Got another Stanley Hashimoto. Hadn't seen either one of these before. Both from 59. Fibber Hirayama from Fresno, California. There he is with the carp. This is a bat on right version, green back. Another American, Jack Ladra from Hawaii. Had never seen him with his glasses on before. And he's also the uncle of Len Sakata. Played about 11 years in the majors, Orioles and Brewers. Managed a long time in the minors, coached in the majors, coached in Japan. And Jack Ladra is his uncle. This one from 1961, and is the bat on left with the flag and the manufacturer's mark right there. Dick Maybauer I got all excited about when I showed the buy. The very scarce card, American minor leaguer. And again, they didn't, and sometimes this will happen with a complicated, for Japanese anyway, last name, they'll just put an abbreviated version. That's how you have Bawa, Bauer, and they left off the May. But again, it's the blank back, and I'm thinking one Flyers card was pulled when one was added. This doesn't want to help us out there, because this Menko number shows up on another Flyers player, but the template's left blank. You know, the bats, throws, height, weight, school, uniform number, etc. This is another example of the same thing. Teruo Namiki of the Tigers, and here we have, all it says on the front is Hanshin for the Tigers. His name should be there as well, but on the back you see, again, this is the home plate back by Yamakatsu, and the template's not filled in either. So again, he replaced another Tiger. Mike Salamko, just a beautiful card, great color, from 1961. These are the pitching grip back. That says slider. American Eddie Takei. Here's an example of something out of focus. So two somethings out of focus. Now he doesn't want to cooperate. That's my biggest problem with these videos, is the darnable focus. And I just don't, I'm not, Tech and I are not close buddies. Come on. This is ridiculous. Anyways, the point about Takei, if I can ever get him to focus in on Takei, you'll notice, same photo, but they, I have never had it this bad. Come on. Come on. Yay! Notice, they move the text. One's on the right, one's on the left. The card on the right is a little bluer. The one on the left is a little washed out. The backs are what's called the simple back version. These are different series. One's from 60, one's from 61. So same manufacturer, reuse the same. In fact, there's a third one of these photos who has a different number on the back. And we got Hall of Famer Wally Yonamine. This one from 1958. That back, that's the manufacturer logo for Murakami. Another one of Wally, it's the same set that had Maybauer in 1961 when he was finishing up with the Dragons after his years with the Giants. That is a bat on right. And we'll take a look at what happens when two manufacturers use the same photo. So you have Doyusha on the left, out of focus again, and Murakami on the right. Both use the same photo of Takeshi Kuwata. There's obviously a color difference and cropping, slight cropping of the photo, but there you go. They're completely different companies, you completely different backs. I'm not going to show the cards I got that were uncatalogued. So if you have the catalog, if you know what I'm talking about, that all these numbers come from, this is it, the cover page. This is the most recent version. And so the sets are checklisted in there, and most of the checklists, I mean, they're open because new discoveries are made. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to share the ones that were not cataloged. So if you're working on sets, add these to your set. We'll start off JCM 36, 1958. Minoru Kamata of the Tigers. And what we have with him is an entirely different Menko number than is listed in the catalog. 77628. Come on. There we go. 7762639. So that's not the number listed. This is a different card. Okay. JCM 133, which Gary has in his book has not developed a full checklist. So if you have any, you can add this one. Hall of Famer Makoto Kozuru. And he just shows one sample and says not enough cards have been discovered to do the checklist. This is the back. It's the 3-digit with the animal. So that's Hall of Famer Kozuru of the Carp. Hiromu Fuji of the Carp as well. This is the 1957 JCM 66C by Maruya. Fuji is not listed. You have the gray back with the cable or chain look. Same set, 66C. Hall of Famer Rohei Hasegawa of the Carp. Going to add him. (1958) JCM 54. We have Keiichi Asagoe of the Tigers, not on the checklist. Here he is. JCM 54. There's his number. Same photo, one color, one black and white, both unlisted. So we have 1958 JCM 31B, by Murakami. This is Hideshi Miyake of the Tigers. Beat up, but there it is. It's not on the list. And the black and white corresponding version is set in 1959, Murakami JCM 31E. Same photo, but notice how they're oriented for the backs differently. Here's Miyake on the black and white. This one was really pounded. There's his number. 58, Yoshio Himoto of the Carp. This is Yamakatsu JCM 33C. Again, the color thing. Here's this card was already cataloged, but this is a different set. And that's the color version. There's the black and white photo on the right. So this one was not listed. There's his number. Next, JCM 14D 1961, Gentaro Shimada of the Whales. He is not on the list. We can get him to... There we go. One of the bat on right sets with their number. This one I mentioned when I first showed the buy. Hideki Tsukazaki. Taiyo Whales. Only played 20 games. Coming out of college. 1961 JCM 14D. You can add him to the checklist. There's the spelling. Hideki Tsukazaki. And his Menko number. Same set, JCM 14D, another one. Chiaki Hagiwara of the Flyers, outfielder. His number. Again, JCM 14D, Hall of Famer Masaaki Koyama of the Tigers. This card has weird coloring to it. There's a much cleaner version in another set. Here's the number. Another Hall of Famer, same set. Minoru Murayama, again of the Tigers. And he and Koyama, the main difference is, is the number on the back is different than in the catalog. So Koyama, who we just saw, and Murayama, it's the numbering, and come on. There we go. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3 is not what is in the catalog. Again, 14D, Kiyoshi Oishi, Carp. 1961, not in the book. 386154. JCM 12C, Yoshio Himoto of the Carp. I got 3 cards of this photo. They were all 3 different sets. 2 of them, the coloring is different on the socks, uniform, and hat. And the text on the other 2 is moved up. This one's down to the right. But this is 12C, Marusan, the manufacturer, 1961. This card is not listed. See, it also had some creative artwork added to it, but number 900-501. Katsumi Fujimoto, 1960, Marusan. This card is checklisted, but it's checklisted with this number. But I also got one with this number that was not on the list. So you can add that number. Yeah, and that's JCM 12E, 1960. And the final one, again, Hall of Famer Murayama, JCM 12B, not listed, so you can add that to the checklist. And there's the number. Pictures were used in a lot of different sets, the same photo a lot of times, and so here's what I got, and these, they're doubles. So I got 236 different, and then the doubles and some other doubles that have already gone to 2 other collectors. So next time what we're going to do is I'm going to show the cards I already had in my collection that are not in the catalog, so that any collectors out there can update their catalogs and have all the known cards that I know about anyway. That's all I can do. And thank you very much for watching. So I should have some more Japanese cards coming in soon, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks. Bye.